Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive. Today, we're not just opening a book, we're actually stepping into a timeless story, one that holds some pretty surprising insights, I think, into human nature and, well, compassion. Our source material is Das Waldhaus, or The Forest House. It's a classic from the Brothers Grimm. You might think you know fairy tales, but this one, it's got these specific details, this repetition. It really offers a deep look at what we value and who we choose to care for.
Yeah, what's really fascinating, I find, is how this, seemingly simple tale, three sisters lost in the woods, it becomes this kind of moral test, a crucible, really. So our mission today is to sort of pull out the key nuggets, like what is genuine kindness according to this story? How do these little acts, neglect on one hand, generosity on the other, how do they have such huge consequences? And, what are these hidden transformations waiting for the ones who pass the test or fail it?
Get ready, because this deep dive might just challenge your ideas about generosity, consequences, maybe even talking animals.
Yeah.
Okay, let's unpack this. So picture this. A poor woodcutter, his wife, 3 daughters, living right on the edge of this, big, lonely forest. Sounds like a classic setup, right?
Totally classic. And it all kicks off with a simple thing. The woodcutter needs his lunch brought to him. That request sets everything in motion.
Right.
And his solution, to stop the daughters getting lost, that's key. He scatters grains. First millet, then lentils, then peas. They get bigger each time. But ultimately, they all get eaten by the birds. And what's significant there is the consistent failure of these physical markers. It suggests the path isn't supposed to be found just by looking outside. Maybe the real path is something internal.
Interesting. So the first daughter, she eats the millet, but sparrows, larks, finches, blackbirds, siskins, they just gobble it all up.
Every last bit.
And she gets lost. Night falls, the woods get creepy rustling trees, screeching owls. She starts feeling genuinely scared. And this happens to all 3, this failure of the trail. It feels less like, an accident.
Exactly, more like an intentional setup.
Yeah.
The shared challenge, the lost trail, the darkness, it kind of levels the playing field. It funnels them all towards the same place, this old house in the distance, with a light shining. Which it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Is getting lost just bad luck, or is it part of some predetermined journey, a test?
So, scared, following that light, the eldest daughter gets to this mysterious house, knocks. A gruff voice tells her to come in. Inside, an old man, ice gray, long white beard down to the floor almost. And by the stove, these 3 animals, a hen, a rooster, and a colorful cow. It's very specific, isn't it?
Very specific, almost mystical. And the interaction that follows, this is the crucial test. It repeats. The old man hears her story, her plea for shelter, and he turns to his animals, asks them, Schön Hühnchen, schön Hähnchen und du schöne bunte Kuh, was sagst du dazu? Beautiful hen, rooster, cow, what do you say?
And they just say,
Dubix. Just that one word. The story tells us it means we are content or we agree. So this immediately sets up the animals as more than just background. They're like silent judges. Their word carries weight.
Okay, and here's where the first daughter really shows her cards right. The old man points into the kitchen, says there's Hille and Fülle, like plenty of everything. Make supper. She finds everything she needs, cooks a good meal, eats with the old man, satisfies her own hunger. But she completely, totally forgets the animals. Doesn't give him a crumb.
And that's just, wow, that reveals such a blindness, doesn't it? Her focus is entirely on her own needs, her own comfort, even though there's apparently abundance there. So later when she asks for a bed, the animals deliver this rhyming judgment. It perfectly captures it. Du hast mit ihm gegessen, du hast mit ihm getrunken, du hast an uns gar nicht gedacht, nun siehe auch, wo du bleibst die Nacht. You ate with him, drank with him, thought nothing of us. Now see where you sleep tonight.
Ouch. That's harsh, coming from the livestock. And the consequence, it's immediate, stark. The story says, after she makes her bed, the old man comes in, shakes his head, opens the trap door, and just lets her sink down into the cellar. Boom, judgment delivered.
Swift and decisive. And then the second daughter's story. It's almost a carbon copy. Dad tries lentils this time, bigger seeds, but nope, birds get him again. She gets lost, finds the same house, faces the same ritual, the same test.
And she makes the same mistake.
Exactly the same. Cooks, eats, completely ignores the animals, gets the same rhyming put down from them, and ends up in the cellar with her sister. It's not just repetition, it's like the story is hammering the point home. This pattern of self-interest is being judged, clearly.
So 2 sisters down, 2 failures.
Yeah.
What could possibly change things? What's the story setting us up for with number 3?
That really is the core question, isn't it? And the story signals it. On the third morning, the woodcutter, even though his wife is really worried now, worried about losing their dearest child, he insists on sending the youngest. He calls her good and obedient, clever and sensible. So right away, we're told she's different.
Okay, character clues.
Right. And predictably, the forest doves eat the peas this time. She gets lost too. But her inner thoughts, the story tells us, are different. She's worried, yes, but she's thinking about her hungry father, her grieving mother. That little detail, it's crucial. Her concern is already reaching beyond herself, even before the main test.
Right, she's not just scared for herself.
Exactly. So she arrives at the house, asks politely for shelter. Old man asks the animals.
Digger goes.
Duck skinny. But this time, the girl doesn't just march off to the kitchen, she pauses.
The pause. And that's the turning point.
Absolutely the turning point. Instead of thinking food first, she goes over to the animals. She gently strokes the hen and rooster, runs her hand over their feathers, scratches the cow between its horns. It's this spontaneous, unprompted affection. She actually sees them, not just part of the scenery like her sisters did.
A genuine connection.
Yeah. And then even after she's cooked the soup, the bowl's on the table, ready to eat. She says this line. It's remarkable. Soll ich mich sättigen und die guten Tiere sollen nichts haben. Draußen ist die Hülle und Fülle, erst will ich für sie sorgen. Basically, should I eat my fill while these good animals get nothing? No way. There's plenty. I'll feed them first.
Wow. That's a complete reversal.
Total reversal. She prioritizes them even though they're just animals before herself. Gives barley to the birds, a big armful of nice hay to the cow, brings them fresh water. Even says, enjoy, dear animals. It's the ultimate proof of her compassionate heart. She shares the abundance actively.
She doesn't just acknowledge them. She cares for them.
Precisely. And this changes everything. Later, when they're settling down, she asks if they should go rest. And their reply, totally different. Dux, du hast mit uns gegessen, du hast mit uns getrunken, du hast uns alle wohl bedacht, wir wünschen dir eine gute Nacht. You ate with us, drank with us, you thought well of us all, we wish you a good night.
What a switch from that sharp rebuke to a blessing.
A heartfelt blessing. It's the direct payoff for her actions. So different from the judgment her sisters got. It's like they're recognizing her true character. So she makes the bed, says her prayers, falls asleep peacefully, completely unaware, really, of the magic she's just unlocked.
It really shows the power of empathy, doesn't it? Kindness without expecting anything back.
Absolutely. Especially extending it universally, even to those who can't, directly repay you.
Okay, and now, things get really interesting. Midnight. She's sleeping peacefully, but the whole house just erupts. Chaos. The story describes crackling and clattering, doors slamming open, beams groaning like they're being ripped out, stairs collapsing, and finally it sounds like the whole roof caves in. But she stays calm, unharmed in her bed.
Yeah, that midnight chaos. It's not actually destructive, it's transformative. It's the sound of the curse breaking, the old false reality shattering. So when she wakes up, bright sunshine, it's a completely different world.
Totally different. No more humble forest hut. She's in this grand hall. Everything's glittering, royal splendor everywhere. Golden flowers on green silk walls, an ivory bed, red velvet covers, pearl-embroidered slippers waiting for her. She thinks she's dreaming, naturally.
Understandably. And the transformation is complete when 3 servants appear, richly dressed. But the girl, she's still thinking about her host, her duties from the night before. She wants to get up and cook for the old man, feed the hen, the rooster, the cow.
But they're gone.
The old man is gone. And in his bed, there's a young, handsome man, a king's son, a Königson. It's not just a change of clothes, it's a restoration. His true form revealed.
The big reveal. So that's what was going on.
Exactly. The prince explains it all. He was cursed by a wicked witch, forced to live as that old man in the woods, and his 3 servants. They were turned into the hen, the rooster, and the cow.
Wow. So the animals were more than they seemed.
Much more. And the curse, he tells her, could only be broken by one thing. A girl with a truly good heart. Someone who showed kindness not just to humans, but to all creatures. And he says it plainly. You were that girl. At midnight, you redeemed us. The old forest house is my royal palace again, thanks to you.
So her kindness to the animals was the specific key.
That was the absolute key.
Yeah.
She saw past their forms, past their inability to, give her anything tangible back. She offered genuine care. And that act of pure, selfless empathy broke the spell, restored everything. It's powerful stuff.
It really is. And the story wraps up nicely for her, right?
Yeah.
The kind maiden gets her reward.
Oh, yeah. The prince sends his servants now back in human form, presumably to fetch her parents for the wedding. Classic fairy tale ending. Happily ever after, earned through kindness.
But what about the sisters? They're still down there in the cellar, aren't they?
Good question. The story doesn't forget them. When the girl asks, the prince confirms, yes, they're still locked down there, and their fate, it's quite specific. They're to be led into the forest to serve as maids for a charcoal burner. But crucially, it's until they discern themselves, until they improve, until they learn not to let even poor animals starve.
Ah, so it's not just punishment, it's corrective, like
Yeah.
a chance to learn empathy.
Exactly. It feels more therapeutic than purely punitive, doesn't it? It's not endless suffering. It's a period of, well, maybe reflection and hard work designed to cultivate the very quality they lacked.
That adds another layer. It's not just reward and punishment, but growth too.
Yeah, from a wider perspective, the tale really emphasizes that true value, true worth, isn't about following rules or just doing your duties. It's about that genuine spirit of care. Generosity extended to all living things, no matter their status, no matter if they can repay you. The transformation wasn't just for the prince, it happens for those who demonstrate that kind of character.
So when we boil it all down, what's the takeaway here? This deep dive into the forest house.
Yeah.
It seems to show that kindness isn't just, an action. It's more like a state of being, a reflection of a good heart that truly sees and cares for everyone, everything, and the different fates of the sisters. It's not just right versus wrong. It's about the huge impact empathy, or the lack of it, has on our own lives, too.
I think that's right. The story really pushes us to look past the surface, doesn't it? To think about how we treat not just people, but, well, all creatures, our environment, these seemingly small acts, the ones we might overlook. They can unlock huge transformations, reveal hidden beauty, change not just the world, but how we even see it.
So here's something to think about. In your own life, how often do you find yourself being kind, mainly to people who can, help you out, or people it's just easy to be kind to? What curses, maybe, or stuck situations in our own lives might stay stuck because we overlook the less obvious ones, the quiet ones, the unnoticed, the voiceless. What seemingly small, unnoticed act of generosity, maybe towards something or someone unexpected, might actually change everything, not just for them, but for you. Definitely something to ponder until our next deep dive.